welcome everyone. Wow, that was I don't know about you, Tom, but I was giving a peek at our very own intro video there, and it made me wistful for the 13-block walk I used to take every morning from the San Antonio Learning Annex down to the Riverwalk. Gosh,
You haven't taken it still?
Yeah, I took it this morning.
Wistful for the morning, old wistful with a wit. Michael the Wistful's what they should call you.
You know, if they could put it on a t-shirt, I'd wear it.
We can, but let's talk to our merch people. Maybe they put it on a t-shirt.
That's right.
You get a picture of you kind of looking off all wistfully like
I'm like on there's that painting where there's an old man with a cane and he's standing on some rocks with the ocean in front of him, and then it would just be me there at my current age staring off, remembering a couple hours ago when I was taking my daily walk from yeah.
Well, I was just going to say I love the imagery of that already. I'm like sold on. I think the toughest part is going to be figuring out where in your where in your walk to get it. Like, are you going to be overlooking the Riverwalk? Because if you're going to be looking over, if you're trying to emulate the man on rocks looking into the sea imagery, I feel like you got to be at the Riverwalk image. You got to get a nice angle. What time of day is the artist going to be capturing you at? What part of the solstice are you going to be in? There's a lot of questions. Is there going to be the pan flute band that I know that you love to walk by and drop a couple bills into their open
actually
guitar case?
I have a big update in regards to the pan flute band.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's right. I will drop some bills on my way passing them. However, I've recently decided to act upon a long idea I've had of, rather than bills, taking 6 small coins and depositing each one of them in each of the reeds of the pan flute.
Are we talking so do you have to make the coins smaller as they go along because of the pan flute size, or is it not? I never understood pan flute geometry. Is it like the mouth holes and the diameter? Is that the word? The diameter of the hole of the pan flute hole?
Circumference, my dear boy.
Circumference. The area of the hole.
That's right.
Is the same, but it's just the lengths that are different to create the different notes. Correct? Because of the air quality.
That is correct. They also make different sounds when the coins fall through. So I don't know if there's other impedance in there, if there's a thinning wall, very much like the famous trash compactor scene in the Star Wars franchise, or if there's any kind of rivets or
divots.
Divots.
If anyone knows, if there are any pan flute or spatial geometry experts in the chat who understand how woodwind and potentially reeded instruments work, please sound off. I'm not sure out of any of the people who are watching if they are woodwind instrument experts, but we do have some great fans and friends of the show in the chat tonight. We got Sophia Marcus, hello, AC Improv, Ice Cream Cone, Dathreet J.
Welcome,
Mr.
my
Munchie.
Marmots.
I was going to say Mr. Munchy Crunchy, but it looks like they were just here for the last show.
Yeah, you don't want to read the chat too far back. You might read some names of pre-watchers. Oh, we got Black and Blue Velvet. Hello, my friend. And just in case anyone was having trouble picturing what we just described, I have been using silver dollars that I whittle to about the circumference of a penny.
Well, why don't you get just a penny?
Hello, AC Improv. I don't know if we've already said hello to you. Welcome.
We did.
I think it's about time that we should probably introduce the seminar here. This, my friends, is eBay Power Selling 101 with Michael DeWitt. I'm your titular host, Michael DeWitt. This is my infernal co-host, as always, teacher's assistant with the mostest. I was almost going to say another name.
Teacher's assistant with the mostest.
Was that? Tom Parrott, my friends. Say hello to him.
I'm coming at y'all real silly tonight. I've been staying up late. I've been doing some refurbishments here at the old Whataburger that I squat in, and I'll tell you what, I got those fryers working again. I'm eating hash brown sticks and French toast dippers for days. Somehow I've convinced corporate to continue sending me the items that they normally have on special, and they didn't even know I'm not a fully operating store. Because I got payroll. Shout out to my employee.
Hello there. Question for you. I know we have things to get to today. I have a question for you. However, Tom, this is a seminar all about selling on eBay. We'll exclusively talk about eBay. It's educational. We'll learn vicariously through our workshop students who will be joining us in just a moment.
We're definitely not going to talk about why you whittle down coins to a size that is the size of a coin that you already could have readily available to you. We'll leave that. Now, that sleeping dog lie.
How thick would you say these French toast dippers are?
Oh, they're thick, like 3 C's.
And do you think...
Well, 4 C's, I guess. 1 in the front and then 3 in the back.
Do you anticipate any problem with me holding one up to machinist grade cutting device?
To insert into a pan flute?
Now, we don't want to give that away.
So you want to take a French toast dipper, you want to put it in like a CAD machine.
That's right.
Or perhaps a laser cutter or a water cutter device. And get it to the proper circumference of a pan flute.
Exactly.
Flute.
The size of a pan flute. And I'd like 6 of them.
I mean, 6 sticks come to an order.
Well, then that's perfect then. And here's where the real question lies. And I think this is something that's on everyone's mind. Coin first or French toast stick first?
You do the French toast stick. No, you do the coin first. French toast stick after. Because the coin, you want it in there to fit perfectly. And then that way your French toast stick doesn't potentially sog up the works. And also, if the coin lands at the right spot, then you have a French toast stick that'll naturally just be perking out a little bit. You get a little nibble in there.
That makes total sense to me. I didn't disclose this part, which is that they all sort of turn and cover their pan flutes now when I walk by them. So that's
Well, if you walk up there with a bunch of perfectly sized French toast dippers, they're going to be looking at you a whole lot differently now soon, my friend. Tell you what, I'll box them up. I'll cart them on over to you tonight after the show.
Thank you, everyone. I feel like we've reached a place here where I have a pretty clear action plan leaving this seminar this evening. But before I leave, it'd be remiss of me to not, officially begin the ceremonies here.
I would hope that we're not leaving yet. We've only been on about 8 minutes.
Of course, if you've tuned in before, you understand that there's different ways you can support the show, which is what we call the seminar sometimes by accident. Just look at the bottom of the screen, deduce from context clues how it is that you're able to assist with what you're watching.
Yep. It looks like somebody has entered the waiting room.
That's right.
Just underneath eBay Power Selling 101's logo. So just a heads up for you. Somebody might be trying to hack into the seminar or something. I don't know. But I hope they're friend and not foe. I guess we'll see shortly.
Well, I've just brought them in. They may be able to hear me.
I heard static, and now I don't hear nothing. Oh, I hear static again. I see somebody.
Hello.
But they're not on yet.
Well,
what's happening?
Whoopsie. Never mind.
Now, what you just witnessed there is the equivalent of someone sticking a whittled down silver dollar into our own pan flute, which is a reference that even if you've been watching from the beginning of the seminar, you may not understand. So we will continue gracefully and without haste. We do have...
Without haste, the Power Sound 101 way. As slow as the syrup that you dip your French toast tippers into if you get a 6-pack for $3.99.
So we do have
charge $9.99, but it's not right prices.
We have some workshop students joining us. They have items they would like our help with appraising. We're more than glad to do that. That's the whole reason why we're here. first, to begin our workshop student portion, we do have to introduce our very first workshop student.
Yes, we do.
Tom?
That's oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I threw it to you, my friend.
I feel like I accidentally stole the ball from you when you were ready to actually give me a pass, and then I got greedy, and I apologize for that.
No, my friend. I was sitting there with my knees shaking, with the ball in my hands, hoping one of my teammates would yank it from my own talons. Let's continue.
Let's bring in our first guest, who has a great name and hopefully a great product that they would like to sell. And their name is Drinks It.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
It is going quite well, my friend. Let me just answer that directly before you continue your sentence.
Very rude of me.
I'm swell.
That's great. I'm doing pretty good. You know.
That's great.
And, yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I need some help. I feel like I've got a good product that I want to sell, but I figure I go to the experts.
You'd like us to yank the ball out of your hands?
I would love that ball yanked out of my hands.
We'll yank some balls. Happy to help. Drinks It. Tell us about what you're looking to sell.
Okay, so I've got something now. eBay is a website of collectibles.
Actually, technically, it's the number one selling marketplace in the world. But there are collectibles as a subset of the official description of eBay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
So this is why I go to the experts, because I don't even know. It seems like I'm not just dipping my toes, in a pond. I'm dipping my toes into the ocean.
That's right, an international ocean. eBay.it in Italy, eBay.ca in Canada, eBay.com in the United States, because the United States just gets the normal .com, because we're the default. We don't need our own fancy.
For sure.
Continue.
Yeah. So the item I have is an old item. All right, it's an old collectible. I'm hoping to sell for quite a bit. It even has its own theme song, per se, and I will sing it for you. It's only music. There's no lyrics to it.
Before you start, can I ask confirmation on what exactly per se means? I sort of know what it means. It means generally speaking, or in no such uncertain terms. Is that correct?
Approximately. In a regard.
What I could do, I could look it up in the dictionary if you like. We could take a quick pause.
I'll look it up in the dictionary.
Let Tom look it up. We'll let you continue.
That's what I got this. Why do you think I got this loud keyboard if not to look things up?
So
if I made a mistake, I'm so sorry. I didn't come here to do that.
By the way, so you said it's just, there's no lyrics. It's only music.
It's only music. So the theme song.
And you're going to sing it?
I'm going to sing it. It's only music. There's no lyrics.
All right. So you sing it, and then I'm going to hit y'all with the definition of per se.
That would be great for my reference and for the audience reference.
Yes.
So here we go. Da 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 da. This is it's part of the backbone of a brontosaurus.
Oh, I thought that was a Jaws for a second.
No, Jaws is da da. Here, how about this? Here, I'll do it. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
That's quite. Let's see. I understand. I got confused because I saw the fin of the bat, but that's a spinal bone of some sort.
Correct.
Can you do the Star Wars theme song as this bony TIE fighter flies through the air?
Hold on. Let me just ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da da da.
A long time ago, in a motel room far, far away, a man called into a power selling program.
You're my only hope. All right, now we gave ourselves a couple more seconds to think of a fourth theme song, and we couldn't. So let's continue.
Chariots of Fire.
Oh,
late entry. Chariots of
Somebody
Fire.
listen. I'm not gonna say. Excellent.
A long time ago in the United States, there was a running team.
That's a good one.
We've got suggestions from the chat. Indiana Jones, please.
Oh man. So imagine as if this was a boulder
Yes.
coming towards you, not translucent like it is at the moment, but actual, real boulder stuff.
Right.
This is one movie I haven't seen.
You don't know the theme music to Indiana Jones, though?
I didn't. I never grew up with Indiana Jones. It was Star Wars. It was specifically those 4 films, and luckily you got all of them right.
Well, I feel like I just won Family Feud.
I wish I saw that film.
That's a television program.
What? You're telling me Family Feud wasn't a movie?
All right,
I don't think so. Unless they made like a movie version, like they did the Beverly Hillbillies, where like they got somebody else, like they got somebody to play Steve Harvey or Richard. Who's that guy who kissed all those gals? Who was in The Running Man? Another movie you haven't seen. I apologize.
Definitely haven't seen it,
Drinks.
but I might know the.
he's the guy
As
that
you
kissed
can-
all
as
those
you can-
gals.
As you can tell with my name, my parents were not very cultured. So
He was on Family Feud. He was
Okay.
British, but he was like drunk British all the time, and he always kissed women on like their
Prince
hands
Charles.
or their cheeks. No, it wasn't. His first name was Richard.
Well, in the chat, Ice Cream Cone says Richard Dawson, which I know was a host.
Richard Dawson, that's the guy. He was
That's
in The
the guy,
Running Man
okay.
too.
Was he the announcer in The Running Man?
He was the host in The Running
The host of the
Okay.
Running Man Enterprise. Yes, I understand there. Now that we've gotten out of the way,
yeah,
this is a dinosaur bone that you'd like to sell.
this is a dinosaur bone I like to sell. I was thinking at least somewhere in the ballpark of $1 million to $2 million.
Okay. Now, where are you from? Where are you calling us from here?
I'm calling from beautiful Long Beach, California.
Okay, so the cost of living there,
Quite high, and that's
Quite
actually
high.
why I have to part with it.
right?
I understand.
Uh,
Per se, by the way, means by or in itself or themselves intrinsically.
I would assume that's correct.
I don't even remember why we looked that up, but I'm happy we did.
So you've been forced because of the economy in Long Beach to sell this very rare, precious item here. This looks like it's part of the spinal column of would you say a brontosaurus?
Definitely a brontosaurus.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I'm a scientist, but I am the janitor at the National Science Museum up in LA. So
Oh,
I do know.
interesting.
I could make the connection. I saw it right away.
So, sorry,
Anyone could go first. I don't want to be rude.
Michael, what was your question related to? Because maybe we're in the same kind of bucket of questions.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. On 3, we'll say what we were thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
The whole phrase,
The
or
whole
just like a
phrase.
key word from the question?
I'm
Okay,
also
the whole
going to say
phrase.
what I'm
phrase.
thinking.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Have you ever
Did
had
you
a night
steal
at the
that
museum?
from the
A long
museum?
time ago.
No, that was a horrible idea because I didn't understand what any of
I
us asked.
didn't get any of
I
that.
heard what I said. Now, let's see.
Well,
here.
I heard what I said.
I'll be honest. I also heard what I said.
All right, so what we'll do here on 3,
Okay.
2 of us, and we won't say who, will say
Okay.
it at the same time, and then a third person will volunteer to be quiet.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
1, 2, 3. Have you ever lived through a night at the
I
museum?
changed my pants a long time ago.
I'm glad I volunteered to be quiet on that one. I almost jumped in.
I
Now-
feel like I shouldn't have jumped in. I feel like
Well, I'm interested in your pants, but I'm also interested in night at the museum, which seems like a much more innocent question.
why don't we go with the night at museum? I feel like this is a PG kind of a show.
And by the way, we are aware that there's a notice at the top of the screen that says Serene entered the waiting room. This is either somewhat of affiliated with a seminar, or it's a 14-year-old who wants to say racial epithets on a Zoom. Let's
Did you
continue.
post a Zoom link somewhere on the 15-year-old racial epithet forum again?
I found it on Craigslist. I'll be
Oh.
honest.
That's right.
Well, that's where I posted, but that's an authenticated link. You got to go through me. All right. Sometimes this guy's been coming out here. Michael, I told you, this is why I told you to let me handle all the tech for the show.
Can I be real
For
for
the
a second?
seminar,
Let
excuse
me be
me.
real here for a second. I was on a Zoom, and it was Zoom bombed by a bunch of 14-year-olds wearing ski masks. And one of them saw my son, Dewey Jr., in the frame. And
The one you had with the janitor?
the one I had with the janitor here, by the way.
This one?
Great minds breed alike. There was, they saw my son on screen, and one of the 14-year-olds yelled, "Failed abortion! Failed abortion! Failed abortion!" Which I kind of thought was somewhat endearing as an insult that I was trying to break down the logic of their insult. Their insult was that we tried to get rid of the child we loved and failed. And in our failure, we had to raise this wonderful child.
What if it was a warning? Like, what if they were trying to tell someone it had happened and they didn't know where else to go?
Perhaps they were some sort of a pro-life organization.
It's potentially true. However, we should continue. It's my new catchphrase. Continue. We want to get you the money that you deserve here, Drinks It, by the way. And if you ever come back, we'll drive into your name and why it is. But for today, we want to get you the money you deserve.
So, all right, I want to get into the pants also. Tell us about, what did the pants have to do with? Did you put these bones in your pants in order to smuggle them out of the museum? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
There is a story going around about a certain robbery at a certain National Science Museum in a certain Los Angeles, California. But this, I can guarantee, has nothing to do with it.
What are you offering if your guarantee is broken?
Oh, a sincere apology.
Okay, all right.
We've got a problem.
What's that?
Which, I mean, this is both a problem and a good news for you, Mr. It. Can I miss drinks? Drinks It? What do you prefer?
Hold on, is it
I prefer drinky, but you call me
Drinky.
whatever.
All right.
did the recent theatrical releases of the adaptation of the It novel have a theme song? Does anyone know? In the chat, if there was a theme song for the It movies?
I
There
could do
has to be.
Jaws again. Dun 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 dun. dun.
Thank you for doing that.
It's a clown.
Let's continue.
He was. So this is one of those problems that's like good and bad news, right? So the bad news first is that I've looked up brontosaurus bones on eBay and there's literally 0 results. It has shown me instead results matching fewer words. And what that means is it has found a bunch of Beanie Baby listings where there was a dinosaur Beanie Baby, a dental chew for dogs that is shaped like a dinosaur, or a meat cleaver that is for bones, like to cut through animal bones. So I think that's the bad news, is that I have no frame of reference. But the good news is that means that you're cornering the market here, which means you can kind of ask for whatever you want. Like, I don't see any reason why you couldn't charge at least $1,000 for this. Easy. Like, people are willing to pay for this lot of Beanie Babies. It's the Thai teeny beanies from McDonald's. It's all of them. It looks like every single one, $950. Now, one dinosaur bone is probably worth more than that, is my estimation. Especially if you still got the tag on that thing. I mean, you keep the tag on the dinosaur bone, you can sell that thing for even more. It jacks the price up.
Still got the serial number.
Great.
That's really good. That's
Facts.
good news for me to hear. That's really great. I was hoping for $1 million, but like, you know, I'll at this point of where my life is at, $1,000 is pretty beautiful.
I mean, that's what I think you should do. Uh, Michael, you all right up there? I feel like we've tapped into the well of Drinky's thing, but you seem deep in thought over there.
If you're wondering if I'm feeling wistful at the moment, yes, I am. I was just remembering about an hour ago when I poured myself some coffee into my Power Selling 101 mug. Now it's gone.
You've really gone in a different route ever since you stopped drinking those Michael's margaritas every show.
That's right. Let's bring it back to let's get old Michael back here on the screen.
There you go. Drinks. I think you could sell it for $1,000 easy as a bare minimum, and you could probably sell it for more than that. And that's just my Tom Parrott unscientific opinion. I do think it is with the serial number and the tag, Michael. I think that reserves a resplendence guarantee. That's just my thought.
Now here's what we do. The resplendence guarantee is this right here. Congratulations, my friend. You've just won the resplendence guarantee. Nary a moment ago, you offered your own guarantee. And I will say, the resplendence guarantee is this. If at any time Mr. Drinksit engages in any uncouth behavior publicly in front of a cell phone, that would get him in hot water, we will offer, and this was cleared by legal at the San Antonio Learning Annex, but we will offer a free massage to anyone who's seen this footage. Now, we should continue.
Me?
Including yourself, that's right. We understand that
seems a little cyclical.
We understand that, but we should continue.
We should.
So,
Drinky, it's a pleasure to get to know you. Good luck with your dinosaur bones, and stay out of trouble, all right?
I can't guarantee that, but thank you.
How unfortunate would it be if Drinksit's illicit behavior involved physical touching, and then the resplendence guarantee was you would get a free massage. As I'm saying this out loud, I'm realizing there may be some faults in my stars.
I think you wistfuled a little too wistfully.
That's right.
You started wisting. You heard bone and pants, and then you thought, well, what else has he touched besides that brontosaurus spinal column piece?
As is natural for any seminar that you're watching on a public access channel here on Channel 59 in San Antonio, we do have a musical guest. Did you know this, Tom?
I did.
And I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of music. I'm a big fan of seamless transitions, which I believe was what we just saw right there. We are joined, everyone, by Los Angeles band Wam Dingis. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we tried our laptop with Serene. If you want to do that, we got 2 angles, but this is fine. Let's
get
try.
Serene in there.
Let's get Serene. All right, is that working?
Amazing.
This is working. You know, I'm getting Radiohead in Rainbows live from the basement vibes out of this here. I don't know if
well, let's do just the laptop.
Well, mute this audio on one of them, and we can keep the video up of both if we like.
All right. Woo. Unmute.
You know those Radiohead vibes are starting to expand exponentially
They're
here.
really getting in here now. I feel like I'm in Weird Fish's arpeggio.
Got it.
All right. Now, I understand I have no musical talent, but I do have many siblings who do, and I do understand that being in a band and having someone maybe you're not so familiar with say the word Radiohead might be it's not the greatest way to introduce yourself. It's sort of if you're in a band and someone references Radiohead, the person probably doesn't know much about music. Is that right?
No, Radiohead's great.
No, I love Radiohead. I'm just saying, if someone is instantly trying to form a connection with a band they just met, Radiohead will be like the first thing that'll pop into their head. We don't have to continue down this line of logic here. How you doing, Tom? Are you ready for some music?
Being ready for some music. I want to hear a little Wam Dingis.
All right. We're Wam Dingis. I'm Jor, God of Gender. This is Darren.
Hello.
He normally plays drums, playing bass tonight. Normally Angela's here and Mindy, but soon enough. All right. So this first song's called Pineapple Rain. Let's just do it. Here we go. Pineapple rain, drinking champagne, feels nice, drinking with eyes. I want more, I want more, I want it all, I want it all. Hey, drinks it. You want to get some ice cream, sugar champagne. I could go right there. Pineapple rain, drinking champagne, feels nice, drinking with ice. I want more, I want more. I want it all, I want it all. Let's go. Pineapple rain, drinking champagne, feels drinking with ice. There you have it. We're Wam Dingis, and
Thank
don't
you very
forget.
much. Beautiful. We have people in the chat are enjoying the music. Velvet Duke says show of hands. And somehow he was able to produce a little hand emoji I haven't seen before.
I think that's show of hands.
No, it exactly is. I just never seen that before. Thank you so much for performing that. I have a couple of questions locked and loaded. I don't know if Tom does as well. We may have to share you between us as far as questions go. The first question I have is, in the pantheon of film, do you have any theme songs that stand out to you as your favorites?
What do you think, Darren? Clockwork Orange? No, wait, here we go. Darren, what do you think?
Something like
That's right. That's right. Our friend Drinks It was trying to reproduce what you just did there with his mouth. But Clockwork Orange, famously, I've only seen the last 5 minutes of it as I walked into a community college film history class late after having missed the previous class where we watched the first half of the film. So I know how it ends. I've never seen any of the middle or the beginning parts of it.
Yeah. I can't remember how the theme for Clockwork Orange. It's kind of, I mean, I have the soundtrack on vinyl, and I know it's a good orchestral. There's a lot of good classical music in there because of how our old boy Oscar winner Anthony Hopkins really likes to do his sadistic things. But God, I can't remember the theme. All I can think about is Kubrick is Shining, which is a great theme. I love that one.
Shining's good.
yeah.
Bow, 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 bow. Anyway,
So here's I want to make sure for every silly question we have a somber, serious question. So let's ground it here, everyone.
the one to get wistful too.
So the song we just heard, Pineapple Rain,
Yes.
And this is off your full length, which I believe was released is 2019. Is that the correct year?
We re-released it then, and
Okay.
then we released it in 2016. But we just keep remixing it better and better.
No, I fully understand. Yes, this is the one of the curses of being a musician is you can keep working on your music and improving and tweaking as you go. Can you? What is your? Okay, so, like I said, I have no musical talent. I am not in a band, but I do purchase a lot of music, and I've been using Bandcamp a lot to buy cassette tapes because usually labels will have them on there. It's an affordable music medium at the moment. Do you have have you released your music on physical media? And if so, do you have it may not be what you released it on, but do you have a personal favorite medium for music?
We released them on USBs with slap band bracelets at our release, and we got CDs. And once we get that perfect mix, we'll have some vinyl. But yeah,
Fantastic.
get out there on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, stream that, whatnot, over and over, get some pennies to us. That'd be great.
That's right. Do you have any? Say, when you release your slap band USB format,
Yes.
did you send out any press releases to any to Stereo Gum or any of the big outlets there, letting them know? Because I know a couple years ago, Arcade Fire had a fidget spinner that I think had a USB that had their album on there.
Yeah, we emailed all those people, Stereo Gum, but Culture Collide did a good write-up on us. They're great. And then also, Buzz Bands LA. So a couple write-ups. It was good, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, Tom,
Yes.
what I would love more than anything at this moment in time is to hear another track. Will you be able to play us another track, Wam Dingis?
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I would love to.
This is our song we just released last Halloween. It's called Dark Parlor. Our bass player Angela wrote the instrumentals. It's all dark and spooky, and that's what we're going towards these days. So
It sounds infernal to me.
yeah, so yeah, check it out. Dark Parlor. Produced by Kenny Becker of Goon. Here we go. Let's do it.
Yes, my friend. I love the infernal cursed shouts there at the end.
Yeah, that one goes out to Drinks It. We love you, Drinks It.
Uh,
Drinks It.
as I said, I'm a big music fan, and maybe it's a little too easy of a button to push. But when there's shouting, especially executed quite well, I become very excited. I think maybe that's a universal reaction when you're at a live show, and people do get excited once these moments happen in songs. Now, have you found yourselves in your personal lives in a parlor that you would describe as either dark or infernal or having bad vibes, let's say?
Oh, good vibes.
Are these good vibes? Okay.
Good vibes in bad places.
Good
That's
vibes
right.
in bad places. Yeah, we wrote that song about the parlor room in Hollywood that we used to go see our really good friends Bogan Via, this other great band, Brett and Maddie, always getting $5 martinis there at happy hour. And then we just videotaped an amazing music video that's going to be super epic, big, at my brother-in-law's bar, the Boulevard in Costa Mesa, and that's going to come out this Halloween too. It's going to be pretty dang good, so get ready.
That's awesome. We just shared in the chat the link to your Bandcamp, wamdingus.bandcamp.com. Do you have a website that you would also recommend people be able to get in stay in touch, follow you? That way they can see this video once it comes out.
Get more stuff.
Our Instagram is the best way, at Wam Dingis with an IS at the end, And Angela's making a really great website. It'll come out soon.
Website coming soon.
But yeah, Instagram is the best way. Facebook, or just text me, call me. Yeah.
All right. I will post your personal home phone number in the chat in just a moment. Thank you so much for joining us, Wam Dingis. I know it's been a year where I said, I have siblings that are musicians. It's been great to see them be able to rehearse together and be able to be in the same room together, especially in the beginning. For a lot of months, we weren't able to really do that unless we happened to live together, or picked our spots to hang out in an open air garage together. So thank you for coming together here for us tonight. I am from San Antonio. I've never been to these locations in Los Angeles, but one day I hope to go to Los Angeles, whether it's the Parlor or the Boulevard, and perhaps we can share a good drink in a bad place together.
That sounds like a hell of a good time.
That's right. Wam Dingis, thank you again. We will wish you adieu and bid you adieu. And
thank you so much for having us. Anytime, hit us up. Yeah. My number is 714-654-1243.
Perfect.
Cheers. See you soon.
Yeah, take care, my friend.
It's love.
See you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Golly, that was, sometimes you think that you're talented because you know how to grift and shift and look around and do things on eBay. Yeah. And then it turns out that you're not. And you see people with real talent do stuff and you're just like, man, that's something else.
It makes you wistful for when you had an inflated sense of your own talent moments before they started playing music.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we have one more workshop student.
We have one more workshop student, and I don't know their name. I think
we met them briefly.
Yeah, they seem to have come in a little bit hot, but now they're here still. I'm just gonna do my best pronunciation here. It's Karacking.
Let's get it Karacking.
Hello. I'm so sorry about earlier. I thought you were my bail bondsman, and I've been waiting for a call. I'm in a bit of a tight spot financially. So I'm hoping that you gentlemen can give me a hand.
Absolutely. We're here to help. Yeah. We help people post bail with whatever they got to sell.
So you are expecting a call from a bail bondsman on the same device that you are zooming to us from? here tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually a false name because, as I mentioned, I am in a bit of legal and financial trouble. My name is actually Helena Lax of the famous Lax Airport dynasty. We founded Lax Airport. My great grandfather Herbert Lax in 1932. And I'm looking to sell it now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Maybe this is me being needlessly granular here, but I just want to make sure. When you say the Lax Airport, are you referring to a large international airport located sort of in the southwest corner of Los Angeles?
I am.
Okay.
And people think that it's an acronym, which it's actually not. It's a family name. It's a kind of a lost history. My grandfather Herbert Lax founded it in 1932, passed it down to me, and I'll be honest with you, I ruined it financially after the death of my father Gerbert Lax shortly before the pandemic. I don't know if I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did you say Gerbert or Sherbert?
Gerbert.
Unfortunately, my grandfather Herbert, who wanted to name his son after himself, suffered from a very rare speech impediment where he can't pronounce H's. It's called the Herbert Humphrey syndrome, which is equally cruel because, as you can tell, there are quite a few H's in Herbert Humphrey syndrome.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Fascinating the way these generational I don't want to say traumas, but these generational quirks are passed through our family lineage. But I understand that we don't have time to wax poetic on that topic because you aren't quite in a predicament here.
Yeah, I'm living
you're in a bit of a classic Lax pickle, it sounds like.
A classic Lax pickle. Thank you for saying that.
Now, normally what we do is we give advice to people who have an item they'd like to sell on eBay.
I think that's what we're going to do here still.
Okay. I didn't know if you needed us to, in the dead of night, create a scene, by throwing maybe a Molotov cocktail against the side of a building to distract a jail guardsman.
No. See, I'm currently living in a van outside of the Green Burrito by my family's airport, and I'm just doing my best not to get kicked out of here at this point.
Okay.
You and Green Burrito are both trying to survive.
We are. It's actually a combination Carl's Jr. Green Burrito.
That's right.
The old combination Long John Silver's and Taco Bell of the West Coast.
That's right.
So, all right. So you need to get some cash. Mm-hmm. You got some stuff to sell. At least one thing, I would presume, unless there's more stuff.
I really just want to sell the airport.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. And I'm not looking for much for it. I think my bail is set at $10,000. And then with accrued interest from my bail bondsman, I am at about $20,000 right now. So I'm just looking to accrue my losses.
You could definitely do, I don't even have to look up too much far on eBay to know that that's possible. So I'm going to try and get the most bang for your buck with your airport sales. All right. Let old Tom work his magic fingers, and Michael's going to perhaps ask you some other questions.
Famously, whenever we establish this dynamic where Tom researches and I am free to ask any question I want, I usually ask a question that makes sense, is on topic, whether topically or comedically. So let's continue that. Let's just continue here. Earlier, you said Gerbert, and I was thinking of sherbet, the ice cream, and I was imagining a rainbow sherbet swirling close up, like in a commercial. And I may have missed. Did you tell us what crime that is you're accused of?
I didn't, and it's actually a bit of a fanciful tale. So shortly before the beginning of the pandemic, the airport began construction on a rail line around the airport. This was of my ideation because something that most people don't know about me is I have a fondness for trains. And I thought, now that I'm in charge of the airport, I can just build a train around the airport and everyone can have fun looking out at the airport from this big train. Now, this has cost millions and millions of dollars, frankly, more than I was able to put forward once the pandemic began.
Was there a narrator over the speakers of the train that sort of described what it is you were looking at as you went to each station?
and there was a belligerent teenager with a microphone at the beginning of the train, usually underpaid, who was giving this narration.
Right.
And yet still it was wildly expensive infrastructural improvement. That being said, once the pandemic hit, obviously airports were no longer as fruitful financially. And I was having trouble sleeping, so at the time I was taking quite a bit of Ambien. And recently, as things began to open up, I just one night I stormed into Terminal 4 with a baseball bat, and I started just asking everyone in sight what their problem was with choo-choo trains. What their goddamn problem was with choo-choo trains. And the unfortunate part is there was a children's handbell choir on their way to perform at Disneyland in Orlando for their first post-pandemic outing. And first of all, entering any airport terminal with a baseball bat is frowned upon.
Right.
But it's especially frowned upon when you use it to threaten a gaggle of handbell-toting children.
Now, were any of these strangers who were just going about their normal traveling directly involved in the reasons why the train was not created? Or was there any kind of public vote on this? How does this work?
We see the handbell children in particular played a particularly cruel prank on me at one point, where they just started. We were at my favorite terminal, Terminal 7, and the belligerent teen was giving a particularly dispassionate narration, and they just started playing their goddamn little handbells. Just.
Well, yeah, and Michael, I don't know if you know this about the parents of children in handbell choirs, but notoriously litigious.
Notoriously litigious, which I found out.
Yeah. Listen, Helena, I've been there.
Is that why most lawyers have a little miniature handbell paperweight on their desk?
That's why they do, and every time they win a case, they ring it. Like they won an auction.
So it's both practical and it's a
musical.
And it's musical, practical, and it also is a little nod to how they are able to afford their lavish expenditures.
Well, I mean, a handbell is a real bougie instrument because you got to wear gloves to ring that thing. Like, you're not allowed to hold a handbell without gloves on. You ever tried entering a handbell choir when you're not trained? They do not like it.
The only place I've ever seen handbells are...
I just want to ring the bell.
They don't like that. They don't like that, Tom.
Well,
they don't like it when you physically enter a crowd of them with a baseball bat either. Right. I'll tell you that.
Tune in next week to find out where is the only place I've ever seen handbells.
I don't know where the only place you've ever seen handbells is. I just got I got stunned from my own handbell foibles.
Listen, if I was an improv teacher, I would give a nod to your emotional reaction over my monotone, information-based half sentence. Let's see.
But you are not an improv teacher. You are a Power Selling 101 teacher.
That's right. And personally,
this is not Michael DeWitt's Improvers Unleashed.
That's right. I prefer improv, by the way, which I know is controversial. I posted about this on my Michael DeWitt Facebook page. A lot of people are trying to tell me that improv and impro are the same thing. Excuse me. If you want to get an emotional reaction out of me, say those words. That's neither here nor there, so we're going to continue here. So you have an airport on your hands. You'd like to sell it. However, it sounds like you're in a position where if you try to log into your eBay account, they may geographically locate where you are, which might be...
Or you might not be able to be allowed to be entering the airport grounds.
That is a problem. I am pretty well set up here in the Green Burrito parking lot. I've been stealing their Wi-Fi for quite a while now.
That's good.
By the way,
so I am hoping. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm saying, by the way, God bless your heart for calling it the Green Burrito instead of the Green Burrito Carl's Jr. Combination.
Well, you can tell by the Wi-Fi network name.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Green Burrito should get as much as they can get. We're trying to keep them alive, so let's just refer to it as the whole building is the Green Burrito. And I'm sorry for interrupting there. Continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, theirs is the only food I prefer to take out of the dumpster, and so I feel it's only right to give a special shout out.
Never mind my laughter. If I was an improv teacher, I'd say, turn it into something. pretend you had a fly in your mouth or something. But I'm not going to do it because I don't do improv. I'm an improv professional. Let's continue. Let's go.
And now, Helena, I got some good news for you. And this is not like before where we had good news and bad news. It's nothing but good news. Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
So this is going to require a little bit of finagling on your end, and I'll explain why in a second.
My lights went out.
So it turns out there's
no. Wait.
That was actually the door and not the van light. I'm a little frazzled.
You live, you learn. Now, the good news is that there is a thriving market on eBay for airport-based vehicles. I see a couple listings here. There's one for a 2011 Oshkosh H2923 H Series airport runway snowblower. Moves 5,000 tons of snow per hour for $285,000. I don't know if they have that at the Lax Airport because of the Southern California climate, but good news. There's other stuff there, like a towing tractor for towing the plane itself, $26,500.
My.
And that's also free local pickup. So what I would suggest is do you have any idea of like the inventory of the vehicles of the airport?
I don't have the exact inventory, but I do have a general idea of our tower situation because I don't want to alarm everyone, but we have to tow planes fairly regularly at LAX. Those things are a little shoddier than the common citizen would think.
Oh, I buy that 100%. That's why I never fly anymore. I just use the internet whenever I want to feel like I'm going on a vacation. I just look at a nice YouTube video.
And now most of them are older than your standard Honda Civic, so.
I just want to say it's a shame that the criminal justice system is treating you this way when all you did was threaten common citizens
and children.
So here's the thing, and children aren't citizens, all right? They're not full adults. They don't have the rights, and their parents do not deserve to speak on their behalf. Just because they're wearing handbells, those kids aren't going to be traumatized, all right? They're about to go see some horror shows at Disneyland. Who knows what they're going to get?
They're about to play Maroon 5's Animal on the handbells, okay? Let's not act like they're church choir members. They're not pure innocent folks. They're mainstream.
All right, just because you understand how to play Gangnam Style on a handbell does not mean you're hot shit.
That's right.
Children.
And so we've just been rated by Stab Comedy with 10 viewers, and it's a perfect time because whenever we are rated by Stab Comedy with 10 viewers, that's our cue to wrap shows quickly as possible.
So here's, as I say this, I have one piece of hair that is just refusing to not be in my eye, and I can't pick it off. I swear it's not an eyebrow, it's just my locks. So, Helena, what you're going to want to do, estimate what the most expensive tower you have is, and then just list it for free local pickup. You're going to get somebody in the area who wants to go there, but they don't ever have to meet you. You just give them the name of a contact over at Lax, and they're going to have to deal with them, and you're going to have a proof of sale. They're going to have a proof of sale, and you're going to be out of tower at the airport, but guess what? You're also going to be out of bail because you're going to make twice-fold what you're going to need.
Thank you, Tom. I feel confident I can run quickly enough across the tarmac to potentially hijack the tower myself.
Oh, you don't even, here's the beautiful part, is you don't even need to do that if you get a bum leg or something that day. They go pick it up. They're running across the tarmac. And you got the money in your pocket, and before you know it, you're going to take the good plane, and you're going to get yourself on out of this situation.
Select self-pickup in the drop-down for delivery options. Famously, Tom and I got this very innocent guy arrested we sold the King's Jewels, the British King's Jewels, and we said self-pickup. This very innocent guy, he had 4 kids. He went to steal it from the Louvre, and Tom and I intercepted him on the way out, and we now own the King's Jewels.
It was crazy that they're keeping the British King's jewels in the Louvre, by the way. I still don't understand why they decided to do that.
I think they had moved it there when they filmed the Thomas Crown Affair for production reasons, and they figured it looks nice here. Why are we going to spend this money to ship it back to the U?
Hey, what's the theme of the Thomas Crown Affair? Can you do that one?
That's when Renee Russo pulls down the side of her blouse.
Helena, while we have you, and now that we have such a kick-ass plan for you, what's your favorite movie theme song? And also, can you perform it with your mouth?
My favorite movie theme song. I really enjoy the movie Requiem for a Dream. It's kind of just when I'm sad, I watch it. It's kind of a family tradition to watch Requiem for a Dream. I believe that this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't had access to a television in this van for a while, so this might not actually be the theme song to Requiem for a Dream that I'm about to sing. And also the Ambien has really affected my mental judgment. Is this it? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na,
Yeah.
da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. I don't really remember how it goes after that because I did actually take an Ambien shortly before the show.
You got it correct. That is, I believe the name of that actual song is Lux Aeterna, but that is the Requiem for a Dream theme song.
Used in every trailer from like 2000 to 2007. They would play that in every trailer. The other fun fact is Darren Aronofsky famously owns the record, the Guinness World Record, for fastest and steepest drop off a critical cliff for critical reviews.
I actually think Mother wasn't as bad as everybody said it was, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's continue. Neither here nor there. We should continue.
So, I mean, speaking of continuing, by the way, Helena, sorry, I saw your fake name and I was like, oh, I got it sucked in for a sec. Helena, I think you have a bang up plan. I think you're going to get out of this classic lax pickle you found yourself in, and stick it to those fucking handbill twerps while you're at it.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Tom. I'm probably actually gonna try to beat them up later with the Green Burrito employees. We've become friends, and I think the Handbill Choir gets back from their Orlando trip later this week. So
good on you.
Now that's something that a Taco Bell franchise staff would never do. That's why the Green Burrito is so precious. We need to hold on to it. Let's not lose the Green Burrito, folks. Mm-hmm. Their staff will engage in
Green
a personal,
Burrito
in a
is
personal
actually
war,
staffed exclusively by former Green Berets.
That's right.
It's true. Not many people know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It's actually Green Burrito is actually just a Department of Defense psyop.
That's right. It's exclusively 60-year-old dudes who are ripped. Still,
they're extremely strong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, thank you so much for joining us, Helen.
Thank you for having me.
We wish you the best. Of course, of all our guests, we wish them no jail time. So may God ever shine his light ever in your favor.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Helena. Best of luck. Wow.
What a wonderful evening, those two workshop students and that wonderful musical guest, Wam Dingis. Of course, you can go to wamdingis.bandcamp.com to learn more and find them on Instagram at wamdingis. That was beautiful, my friends.
That was really beautiful. That was really something. I feel like we all got a lot of something out of that episode.
That's right.
That seminar.
We will be back on June 8th, I believe, or 9th.
Really? June?
No, I'm sorry. We'll be back.
May 26th.
We'll be back in May 26th in 2 weeks.
You kind of look at your calendar, you silly Billy.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, my friends. Join us again for the seminar all about eBay. This is Power Selling 101. Fill this dead end air in by yourself at your home. by making the sound of your favorite theme song with your mouth. That'll be our outro. Create your own outro theme song.